Gallagher tried to swing at the ball. He could get much of a connection with it. It just drifted towards the goalkeeper, who was able to save it pretty comfortably in the end. And the ball is all floor towards Burmo. Courier has to come out of goal. He heads the ball down to Udogi. Trying to get away from Diallo. Diallo gets a touch. And Manchester United get the throw. I think it should have been his first time. Not sure that's the right decision. Well, that's a good opportunity for Tottenham just moments ago. Both of these sides had some good chances in there, being 13 minutes or so. Burman had a shot in the opening minute. Castanera had a really good strike from range. For the Gallagher, he's able to break into the box and Swiftland shoots on goal. It rains goalwards. Martinez tries with the ball. Passing thread is Richard Burman, but the pass is cut out by Romero. Oliver has it on the far side. He's closed down. Still has the ball and he's able to get away from Fernandez. It's excellent play. He goes into Alidia, who'll lock it back to Vicario, the goalkeeper. We're all blue this afternoon. Papsol, loose touch from him. He needs his possession to Casemiro, but he's able to get the ball over to Udogi. He's going to try and break on this near side, this left hand side. He plays it inside to Simmons. Up to Solanke. Conor Gallagher. As far as Oliver was just a little bit behind the winger. Plays it down the line to Gray. Breaks into the box. It goes back to Oliver. Inside to Pellegrini, he's got a bit of room. He goes for a shot. Blocked by Casemiro, comes out to Pakistan. Cleared on the edge of the penalty box by Manchester United. Stand the man. Xavi Simmons, who's on this near side. Will switch the ball over to the other side to Oliver. Brings down nicely with his thigh. It goes back to Barchi Gray, the young fuller, Leeds player. He can play in defence, he can play in midfield. He's played in a whole range of positions for Tottenham since joining them about 18 months ago. There's a dog. Xavi Simmons. Bellino. Son. Spurs look the ball in Manchester United's half. It comes up to the doggy on this near side. He's going to try and run the Dallo. Plays the ball back to Papsar. He's got a little bit of room. He skips past Casemiro. He's able to put a cross into the box. He's cleared by Maguire. Goes out for a Spurs throw on the near side. Thomas Frank is just nudging this side, just to be patient, needs to be calm. Very reflective of his personality, the former Brentford boss. The Spalderbarrows come over onto this near side. Plays ball to Gallagher. Now Archie Gray. Pats up. He slips, he goes out, Conor Gallagher puts the cross in, falls to Simmons, he's got the defender in front of him. Della makes the block. Spurs still have it with Papsar. Comes out wide, and desperately Doggy. Tries to put it across as a low ball. Thanks to Liaison St. John Ball's comes to Solanke. He falls down and gets back to his big Manchester United are able to play it. And now they'll let to break. On the far side with Boulevard. He doesn't have any options. He's going to battle with Paulinho. Paulinho's able just to make a slide and challenge and put the ball out of play. And that's a really good opportunity for Tottenham. As a brilliant low rhythm cross. Well, Doggy caused all kinds of danger. It went towards Solanke. Matias wrestling with him. I think Matias is wrestling him down to the ground there. And then able to get a foot in, but no penalty. Nothing given there. It might be slightly harsh to give a potential penalty on that occasion. But it's certainly very tight marking for the Argentina defender. Solanke, S-ball is able to turn. He plays it to his left to Xavi Simmons. Simmons is looking for support on the left-hand side. It's not coming. And then the pass to Doggy is heavy. And will be a Manchester United throw on this near side. That felt like it was a bit of a build-up that was broken down. As Michael Carrick watches on, he is the interim coach until the end of the season. He said at his press conference yesterday that of course he'd be interested in the on that point on that basis, but he wants United to take their time and make sure they make the right decision. What's interesting is when I told you that United had 73% of the ball in the last 5 minutes, Spurs have had 95% of the ball. Possession has gone in the way of the away side. It's Romero. Gallagher back to Romero on the halfway line under no pressure. Fernandez finally comes over. Romero switches the ball over to Toby. Helps right in front of him, so he had to jump high to chest the ball down and keep holding the ball. He's being chased down by Dallo. Dallo slips a foot in and until he wins a free kick. Van der Ven, Vero, Archie Gray, the right back. Romero again. Spurs happy just to play the ball across their defensive line. It comes over to Udogie on the halfway line. The left back, he'll play it back to Van der Ven. I think Thomas Franklin's a little bit irritated there that Spurs are just going backwards. It's Romero through to Xavi Simons to puts up in a more central area. Nice ball by Oliver to Conor Gallagher. To defend well. But in the end, I think the referee has blown his whistle for a foul. Marcelaki, I think on Harry Maguire. Referee, of course, is Michael Oliver. Tremendous lead experienced official. Only on a 3-game winning run, looking to make it 4. They're unbeaten in 7 Premier League games. They've won 4 and drawn 3 of the last 7 games. And actually, a win this afternoon would see them surpass last season's tally with 42 points. Of course, it was a terrible season last season under Ten Hag and Amorim. As Dallo drives forward for Manchester United, plays it, a shot comes in, and it just whistles past the post. Matheus Cunha, there's a brilliant effort from the former Wolves attacker. Superb from the Brazilian. Dallo ran into space, he cut the ball into Cunha, hit it first time, and he's counted absolutely beautifully. He struck the ball to perfection. It's just the wide of the far post. Carrera was not getting near that at all. It would have been an absolutely wonderful peach of a goal had it gone in. It remains goalless at Old Trafford. 20 minutes played. Manchester United 0. Tottenham Hotspur 0. Udogie tries to bring the ball forward for Spurs on the near side. Play inside to Xavi Simons. It goes back to Van der Ven. Joao Palidia in the centre circle. Wants to play it forward to Salaki. Ball comes loose to Simons, who really has a license to roam in this first side. He's meant to play as the left-sided attacker, but very often he's just dropping behind Salaki, almost supporting him in a number 10 while often drifting up to the right-hand side. The Manchester United now have the ball with Diogo Dalot. Between Gallagher and Cunha comes back to the Brazilian. He'll try and play it forward to Mbava. It's not a brilliant pass and it's cut out well by Archie Gray. Gallagher plays the ball back to Rotario. He moves it forward. Goes beyond Solanke and Maguire. Down with Alessandro Martinez has the ball. Then he sets a circle in the United side. He squares to Dallo. Fernandez is again just coming over onto this right-hand side, almost allowing Diallo just to play behind the striker at the moment. It is interesting to see how Manchester United are quite fluid as far as where their attackers can play positionally, because you have Cunha prominently playing down through the middle, but often coming over to the left. He's always switching with a Boba at times in that role. And similar to Diallo and Fernandez. Fernandez is mainly playing as the number 10 role, but at times coming over also the right-hand side, and Diallo's taking that position instead. They have it at the moment with Diallo on the right-hand side. Diallo offers overlapping on full ways into Fernandez. He is the first target, just wide of the post. Another good opportunity for Manchester United. They just can't get these shots on target. Good run by Diallo. He's able to play the ball to Fernandez, who's practically unmarked just inside the penalty box. He's hit it first time and he just can't get it on target, and he knows he should have done a bit better. The Manchester United captain is actually ready just to more assists than any other Premier League player this season with 12. That's his joint best tally in a single campaign. Never with the 2021 season. Tries to keep the ball in play on the far side. Big short tries to steal it off him. Gallagher has it, but there's a touch by Burbo. And it goes out for the Spurs throw on the halfway line. It was a really good opportunity for Bruno Fernandes. Also a really good opportunity just before that from Matheus Cunha, who had a really good chance about 30 yards away from goal. Beautiful curler that just went wide. Plenty of chances in this game, but here's a goalkeeper that's make a really good save. That was a good one, I guess, from the curry. I'll take that back from Casemiro's strike. As Xavi Simons has the ball. It's a great ball into penalty box, and Shaw will just let it go out for a goal kick. And Simons knows that he should have done it a little bit better on that occasion. So it is a Manchester United goal kick. Alessandro Martinez just plays it into Senna Lamens. Lamens, of course, the regular goalkeeper for Manchester United. Andre Onana is eventually shipped off in the summer over to Trabzonspor. Senna Lamens came in from Royal Antwerp. This is his 19th appearance of the season. Have made it back as a regular for Manchester United under Michael Carrick. He was frozen out of this bit by Ruben Amorim. Luke Shaw, Martinez. Of course, this is a World Cup year, and someone like Kobe Mainoo will be desperate to be included in Thomas Tuchel's squad to head over to North America. It's Lamens, who's just slowly treading on the ball and pushing it forward. He's looking up and he'll get over to the left-hand side to Casemiro. Made it, brilliant footwork to get past Conor Gallagher there. That was absolute class from the young English midfielder. Fernandez tries to play the ball forward. Cleared right at the edge of the box. But Romero nuts it up again. Cunha, he goes down just inside the penalty box. Fernandez comes in. It's a terrific block by Romero. Cunha and Romero are having an argument with each other as Papsar tries to throw the ball away from Manchester, being chased down by Fernandez. Have a look at it. There's Papsar who tried to make the challenge. And you know what? Maybe he's got a bit of an argument here. I think Papsar did catch him. I don't think he caught it in the penalty box. I think if anything, it will be a free kick. Really can't believe it. But play or could. To to the relegation zone. They're only 9 points above it. Then they are the top 5, 11 points behind the top 5. They've been pretty poor at home, but they're actually pretty good away from home. Had 7 wins all season, and 5 of them have been on the road. It's the third best records, away records, of all 20 teams in the league. And the referee this is brought out a yellow card to Border there. Sorry, in fact it's to the doggy in the end. But we've got everyone to that right hand side of the full-back yellow. This doggy is in Michael Oliver's book. So setting Manchester United free kick. Their captain Bruno Fernandes takes it quickly, plays it to Maynard. It's a tackle though in the penalty box by Udogie. Spurs are trying to clear the ball but right back. And Cunha's closing down Oliver. Manchester United won the corner kick, but Oliver had done enough to add Spurs a goal kick. Does look like it was the right decision. I can see it in the replay on my monitor. So Van de Ven just plays the ball inside to Vicario. Van de Ven again. Number 2, Udogie. Out to Van de Ven. He'll clear it towards Solanke. Maguire comes in with a towering header. Been a good battle between Maguire and Solanke so far in this game, and I would say that Maguire has been the player on top so far in this match. And United play the ball forward. Van de Ven has to hit the ball. It comes towards Cunha. It just runs into the wall that is Christian Romero. That's a really late challenge by Romero. There's a red card. And the Spurs captain has been sent off. And Tottenham are down to 10. It's Casemiro who's in a lot of pain on the pitch. The Brazilian midfielder. He's writhing in agony. Thomas Frank has got to get his notepad out. And Casemiro is looking very, very uncomfortable. He came in to win the ball. Romero's just left his foot in the challenge. I'm not quite sure where the main pain point is. Oh, and it's a really bad one. I've just seen a different angle. It's a really bad one from Romero, and he's lucky that there is a leg break there. There could be a leg break, but it was a really bad one on Casemiro, who is a lot of play. I don't think he'll be able to continue this match. Maybe he will. We'll see what the medical team think, but it's not a good one for Casemiro, and he's a lot of pain. Romero comes over to apologise. Thomas Frank is going to have to think about what they need to do tactically, and there was a lot of talk about Christian Romero before this match, whether he would still get the captain's armband, or whether he called Spurs' lack of squad depth disgraceful. Well, he's made that squad depth even worse, hasn't he, with a reckless challenge on Casemiro, and after half an hour Spurs are down to 10. Romero slowly walks off the pitch. It'll be fascinating to see if he goes past. Thomas Frank is not going anywhere near the Spurs dugout because the Manchester United tunnel is right in the corner. So he's making them more and more over to the tunnel. He's in no rush. Of course he's in no rush. And it looks like it is right. Going to be nearly an hour the Spurs will have to play. It's only 10 minutes. It will be Wilson Odeper who's being replaced. That seems like a sensible decision by Thomas Frank. And the rubber shit is on. Manchester United alley free kick and the opportunity to put the ball into the Spurs box. Bruno Fernandes is over the ball. What could he do with this delivery? Can Manchester United take advantage of having an extra man? Here's Fernandes. This the ball into the box is headed away by Spurs. Maida comes in with a header. It's just caught the back of the head of the Spurs player. And another player has gone down as well, holding his head. Immediately, Michael Walder was called over. The medical team as Luke Shaw, who is down. I think it's Conor Gallagher for Spurs as well. This concussion protocols is a big issue in world football these days. It was Maida who just headed into the side of Conor Gallagher's head, and then when Luke Shaw went up for the ball, his face was just caught by Xavi Simons. So after the setting off of Casemiro, we're now just another little break because of the concussion protocols that need to be followed due to potential head injuries to Luke Shaw and Conor Gallagher. It looks like Casemiro is going to be okay to continue. I think it's very fortunate that Romero put a little bit more power through that challenge. Then I think it could have been a real leg breaker there. I think Casemiro is very fortunate that he's okay to continue at the moment. Build a slight limp at the moment. Thomas Frank, his immediate reaction was absolutely no way that's a red card. And I think if he has a look at the replay again, I think he might change his mind. It was Romero, because as he tried to kick the ball, it's the follow through, then he was came through and kicked the Brazilian midfielder Casemiro. It looks like both players are going to be okay. Gallagher's back, obviously. Luke Shaw is definitely okay. And the referee is prepared to get the game going again. He's got the ball in his hand. I think he's going to just drop it in front of Kevin Maiden and get the game going again. And he does just that. Manchester United now has the ball with Harry Maguire in the centre circle. In the 35th minute at Old Trafford, is Manchester United 0, Spurs 0, Tottenham down to 10 men following the sending off of Christian Romero, the Spurs skipper. Casemiro's cross is cleared around the edge of the Spurs box. Ball comes back out to Maguire, to the centre of Martinez. Now to Burbo on the far side. Cunha, Burbo again. Sandro Martinez. Shaw and Gallagher are waiting to come back onto the field of play. At the moment it's 10 versus 9. Casemiro. Ball comes up to Dallo, just behind the Portugal right back. He's being followed by Xavi Simons, so he goes back to the England defender Harry Maguire. Dallo. Over to Martinez. Casemiro, Kevin Maynard. Luke Shaw on the far side. Feints across, comes back into Maynard. Casemiro. Looking like he's recovered from that foul by Romero. Maynard. Martinez. Such a Maynard. He closed down Marcelaki. Clever footwork by Manchester United. He has the ball in the box. He tries to drift it towards Casemiro, but it's just too far away from his fellow Brazilian. The ball goes out for a Spurs goal kick. Really nice link up between Cunha and Fernandes while he into the penalty box. It was a really, really clever move. It was a short corner, low, and then it was a first-time move played back to Burbo, who shot first time into the core of the net. No shots for Courier. Men's. Casemiro plays the ball forward through the goal scorer Burma. Fernandez tries to unleash the ball over to Diallo. Spares the payment. Comes straight to Kobe Maynard. He plays it out to Casemiro with the header. Was a flick off the head of Solanke, who was unable to clear. It came to Casemiro, and it's a sensational save by Vicario. And it's thanks to him that it remains 1-0. There's the ball out to Udogi, the left back. Udogi's been forced back by Abuma, who's over on the right-hand side at the moment. Simmons. Helena, loose pass to Papsar. Casemiro gets a foot in. Spurs they have the ball with Udogi. He plays it down the line to Simmons. He looks up. Casemiro comes over. Trying to get past three Manchester United players, and he loses possession. And that is clearly the advantage of having an extra man. When United were able to close Simmons down like that, and Casemiro plays the ball back to Harry Maguire, like it's a warm loving calls from the old Trafford faithful. This is Maguire, bring the ball forward for United. Gives the ball to Cunha. It's made it. Dello is in a more central area. He gets the ball. Comes out wide to Diallo. Let's try to run at Udogi. He's just back into the box. Joe tries to cover a low cross and it's deflected wide by Papsar. A little bit fortunate because that could have gone anyway. Because Diallo really struck that ball really strongly. Nice of having yet another corner in this game. They've already scored for one this afternoon. Manchester United 1, Spurs 0. Tottenham down to 10 men following the setting off of Christian Romero in the 44th minute. There's a corner on the near side. Brian Burma preparing to take it. Maguire is in the 6-yard box. Manu's there as well. Just comes in towards the back post. It has to be just flicked away out of danger. So I think Casemiro just collided with Vicario. Really important touch at the back post in the end. I think it was Pellegrini. Indeed it was. He got a little shove by Shaw. In fact, I think the referee has given a free kick in the end. As the Courier just urges his defence to move forward. Michael Carrick has a word with his assistant, Steve Holland. As the Courier launches the ball forward. Headers won by Casemiro. That will just drop towards Bramashid as a slightly heavy chest, but he's able to move the ball forward. Martinez will get there ahead of Salaki. He'll clear the ball high to the sky. Bellini wins the header. Dallo now for Manchester United. Hapsar brings it down with his chest and just misses it over to Dunn. He's been closed down by Diallo. Simmons, and there's a late challenge by Diallo on Simmons. Be interesting to see what other referee brings out here. And it looks like it's going to be a yellow for the Ivory Coast Liga. Diallo is into the book. We are approaching 45 minutes played. At Old Trafford will be interesting to see how many more additional minutes will be added. I suspect quite a few for these setting off and the head injuries we've had so far in this game. Yellow is shown the yellow card as Spurs side take the free kick quickly, and that's a real mess by Xavi Simmons. Outside can't reach them. We're going to have 5 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Some of Frank brought that idea, but it wasn't very good, in all honesty. And there's some disconsolate looking faces in the away ends. Spurs fans who made the trip up to Manchester from North London. Martinez, plays the ball inside Casemiro. Martinez again on the halfway line. There's out wide to Luke Shaw. Martinez. Casemiro in the centre circle. Lifts it forward towards Diallo. Racing to the ball. There's a brilliant save again by Vicario. He is keeping this Spurs side in this game at the moment. As Maguire just hooks the ball back to his goalkeeper, Lamens. Martinez being closed out very quickly by Conor Gallagher. And again plays it back to his goalkeeper. This time more chip forward. And the memories were down. It's stolen by Diallo. The offside flag goes up, and that was a terrific ball over the top by Casemiro. Terrific run by Diallo, racing in from the right hand side through to the middle. Just about gets right. Would have been a penalty for sure. Been able to execute it perfectly. The Italian goalkeeper. Special the attack. play it back to his defender Dragoshin. In now for Christian Romero, the heart of his Spurs defence. So, Simmons. So again, in the centre circle. Tottenham down to 10 men. Mullenly sitting off for Christian Romero. Labelet. Dragoshin. Archie Garanik right back, and he'll play it back to Vicario. He hooks it forwards. Comes towards the leg, but Martinez shows his defensive expertise to win the ball back for United. It's Harry Maguire to Martinez. Things are looking good at the moment for Michael Carrick and Manchester United as they look to make it 4 wins in a row. Kevin made it. Sure, made it again. Side to Martinez. Maguire. The ally just goes back to the goalkeeper, Senel Evans. Martinez. Now the referee blows his whistle for half-time. It's a half to forget for Tottenham. After 29 minutes, their captain, Christian Romero, has shown a straight red card for a dangerous challenge on Casemiro. United then took the lead just under 10 minutes later. A brilliantly worked corner, which resulted in Brian Burlock putting the ball into the back of the net. And the Vicario had to make a string of important saves to keep Spurs in it. And a half-time at Old Trafford in Manchester United 1, Tottenham 0.
Nothing.
Look at me. Non te neanche noi. Nel black even know what I mean. How good. Come in. And heads off just after half an hour plays, following a reckless challenge. Old Casemiro, and United made the most of the man advantage. Granted, Burlow swung a really clever, well-worked corner kick for United, and it's United who get us underway for the second period. They're in their traditional kit of red shirt, white shorts, black socks, shooting from right to left against a Tottenham side in their away kit, which is all yellow. They are shooting from left to right. It's Conor Gallagher who heads the ball back towards Archie Gray. It's cut out by Cunha. Ball back, heel towards Maynard, goes to Paulinho, but United with the ball back, and they spread out to Diallo. He chests the ball down towards Fernandes. Fernandes back to Diallo. Jordi is able to clear. Simmons brings it down, and then he's tackled by Bruno Fernandes as Harry Maguire picks up the ball for United. It doesn't appear that either side has made a change at half-time, as Fernandes has the ball for Manchester United. I'll give you a quick reminder of the two sides very shortly, as the ball goes back to Martinez in the centre circle for United. Casemiro, Maguire, Martinez, Kobe Mainoo. Casemiro now comes over to the near side. Jim Shaw inside to Casemiro. Squares it to Harry Maguire. Diogo Dalot on the right back. Plays it down the line to Diallo on the far side. He plays it down the line to Burbo. He checks back inside. He'll knock the ball back to Dalot. United with plenty of possession. The opening 90 seconds. Dalot, Burbo over on the right hand side. Plays it down the line to Diallo. He looks up to the low cross, but there's no one in the box. And Van der Ven's able to get a foot down, and it goes out for a throw in on the far side. Never play by United, but they just didn't have enough bodies in the box. Martinez, Casemiro. You'd expect with the man advantage, United will have plenty of possession in the second half. Diallo, Burbo. Plays it back over to Sandro Martinez. He'll throw a quick grab at the top, and that'll be easy for the goalkeeper, Vicario, to collect it. He'll clear it first time, however, the Spurs can break, but it's too far for Xavi Simons. Brought down beautifully there by Martinez as United get going again with Kobe Mainoo. He's running away from Solanke. Tries to throw the ball forward to Burbo. It's a loose touch though from the goal scorer. Spurs have it back with Conor Gallagher. Back to Archie Gray. Spurs falling to Van der Ven now, where the captain's armband following the sitting off of Christian Romero. Simmons on the far side. Back side, trying to make a good run forward on the left-hand side. He's trying to get away from Dalot. Dalot's done absolutely brilliantly to get a touch, and he earns himself a free kick for a foul by that side. Let me remind you of the two sides. We'll start with the home side, Manchester United in goal as Lemons. It's a back four. Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw. Casemiro and Maynoo are the two central midfielders, and then Diallo, Fernandes and Cunha are just playing off Brian, the goal scorer. As for Manchester United's opponent, Tottenham, they're down to 10 men behind the sending off of Christian Romero. So that means they have the current goal, who's played really, really well so far in this match. The back four, Ragushin, Van der Ven and Doggy. Gallagher and Sarr are in the midfield, and Simmons is now just playing off Dominic Solanke. It's Maguire. Over to the right back Dalot. It's 4-4-2 for Fernandes. He's able to spread the ball inside to Casemiro first time. Ball to Burno. He tries to cut it back inside to Casemiro, but can't pull at the right ball. Comes over to shot. There's a ball returned to the back of the net. Alex Diallo, but I think he's going to be offside. And immediately a flag goes up on the far side. You do wonder, could he have left that completely? Was that touch by Shaw going goalwards? Didn't need to be touched by Diallo. It's a lovely ball over from Fernandes. Shaw hits it first time with the side of his left foot. Yes, Diallo did need to take a touch. It was going wide. Diallo was unmarked out the far post, but offside. United getting closer to that second goal. They had a couple of good chances at the end of the first half. Vicario had to make a couple of important saves. He saved a header by Casemiro from close range from the corner. He had to close down Amad Diallo when he was through a goal. But before the goal, Vicario made a superb save from a laser of a shot from Casemiro. United had plenty of chances in the first half, but only managed to get one goal against the 10 men of Spurs. If I look at the stats, so far they've had 10 shots, 3 on target, compared to Spurs' 4. They've only had 1 on target. They've had 59% of the possession. You suspect that stat will rise for this second half. It's Shaw to Casemiro. As it back to the left back, Shaw. Comes inside to Maiden. Lovely ball forward to Casemiro. He thinks about a shot, it goes for goal, and that's straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Vicario. Just did keep it here, but it did open up for the strike from the Brazilian, from the forward round Madrid midfielder. The eyes of many pundits is having quite the renaissance at the moment under Michael Carrick. Loose set by Maiden. He loses possession to Simmons. Gallagher plays the ball back out to the Dutchman. Simmons back inside to the former Atletico midfielder, Conor Gallagher. During the winter transfer window. Papsar over to Archie Gray, the former Leeds youngster. Dragishin. To Van der Ven. Dragishin down the line to Archie Gray. Really clever turn there by the right back. Closed down now by the experienced Luke Shaw. The ball goes out for a Spurs throw. Thomas Frank tries to pass on some instructions to his players. Spurs to get on the day. 14th in the table. Haven't won in 6 Premier League games. It's all looking good this afternoon at Old Trafford at the moment. Could be mainly for Manchester United. Had the ferry in this impression. Pelini was in front of him and decided to not go for a tackle. Spurs do win the ball on the far side through Udogie. Inside to Pelini in the centre circle. First play with the outside of his right foot. Casemiro intercepts. Ball is bouncing in front of the Berber. He's battling with track and ship. Spurs have it though with Gallagher. Patso. That's a poor ball out to Xavi Simmons. That's not very good at all. From the central midfielder. Should have really done better there, Patso. United will have a throw on the far side, but this is concern for Tottenham. Destiny Udogie is sat on the ground. Medical team is running over to check on the defender. Spurs do have options on the bench. Fedal quickly run through the players they do have available. It's Masuba, Tel, Kinsey, Souza, Kalawale, Bulusesi, Byfield and Williams Barnett. So not too many players who you would consider first team regulars. I think out of those, you're looking at Masuba, you're looking at Tel, and you're looking at Kalawale. So it would be interesting to see which those players Thomas Frank would have to bring on if necessary, as Joshua Zirkzee starts to warm up for Manchester United. Still at the club despite internal rumours associated with his potential exit from Old Trafford, but he is still at the club following the end of the winter transfer window. It really was a clever first half goal by United. It was Brian Abermay putting the ball into the back of the net. Fernandez playing a short corner to the feet of Kobe Maynard, who's run forward from the near post, flicked it round the corner, back to Burmo, and hit it first time and found the back of the net. I think it's going to be the end of the game for Destiny Udogie. He's slowly walking off the pitch towards the substitute bench, and I think Spurs are going to have to make a change here. Not at all what Thomas Frank needed. Things are going from bad to worse if you're a Spurs fan. Thomas Frank has his tactics ball now. Spurs are going to make a substitution. I'll get confirmation of who it is very, very shortly. 10 minutes into the second half. It's Manchester United 1, Spurs now. United taking the lead after Christian Romero was sent off. Bravo scored the goal. And now it looks like they're losing their defender, Destiny Udogie. Namely, Spurs players who were injured before the start of the game. We're through that game very shortly, but it's just getting a longer and longer list of injured players. It looks like Souza is about to come on. The Brazilian, 19 years of age. He is a left back, recently signed from Santos. Whether it's being round about 15 million euros. Signed on the 22nd of January, Souza. And what a game for him to come in and try and make an impact at Old Trafford against the Manchester United team that had a goal lead. That's Martinez. Ball is flicked forward, it's headed away by Gallagher. Casemiro made his ball to Burbo. He's cut out, but United had the ball again on the halfway line. Lisandro Martinez. Burbo, lovely forward by Manchester United. Fernandes goes for a shot, it's blocked right on the edge of the Spurs box. Tottenham with a free kick from a foul by foul on Conor Gallagher. Really good opportunity, lovely footwork by United. First time pass between Cunha to Burbo. They're back to Cunha to go with Diallo, who teed the ball off to Fernandes, who struck it straight at the backside of Mickey van der Ven. But the passing there was supplied by Manchester United. Ball is cleared on towards Solanke. Battling with Martinez. The ball drops to Uxor. Good clear. It's a really loose ball. It drops to Simmons, who goes for a shot. It's a terrific strike, and it's just wide of the post. A wonderful effort from Xavi Simmons, nearly out of nothing. Spurs come close to getting an equaliser. It's a terrible clearance by Uxor. Straight to Xavi Simmons. He struck it beautifully with his left foot, right on the edge of the D. The goalkeeper was beaten, and it just went wide on the post. Incredible start. Vicario collects the ball for Tottenham. Of course, Manchester United trying to make this 4 wins in a row. Of course, there's a lot of talk about the super fan known as the United Strands on Instagram, who has not cut his hair, who was refusing to cut his hair until Manchester United won 5 games in a row. At the moment, they're on a 3-game winning run. It could go to 4. It's Conor Gallagher brings the ball down on the near side. There's a ball to Xavi Simmons. He's trying to escape past Martinez. He goes down and he wins a free kick. Manchester United defenders disagree. Michael Oliver shakes his head. There's a slightly loose touch from Simmons. You know what? I think he just looks as balanced there under the pressure of the defender, Lisandro Martinez. I'm not sure the Argentinian did too much wrong there, in my opinion. But the referee, Michael Oliver, disagrees, and is Tottenham who have a free kick. They might be players out. They might have been completely outplayed by United so far in this game, but somehow they are still in this. And if they can do something from this free kick, they could go level. It's the 59th minute at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Spurs 0. Simmons puts it across towards the back post. Header cross. Header comes in, it's loose. Solanke trying to get to the ball. He lifts over his head, tries to flick over the goalkeeper, but is easily caught in the end by Senna Labans. And Abdallah has the ball. Cuts it inside to Martinez. It's Luke Shaw. Fernandes. Down the line towards Cunha. It's a wonderful tackle by Dragic, but ball out of play. It's taken quickly by Fernandes, who tosses it back to Luke Shaw. Martinez. Casemiro. There's wide to Mbeumo. Let's play down the line to Dalot. That's good defending by Sousa to get to the ball forward first. He falls down and he's able to play inside to Papson. Van de Ven clears. Maguire with the efficient header to Casemiro. Martinez has to race to get to the ball. Comes loose on the far side to Burma. Casemiro. Over to Luke Shaw. He's opening up for the left back. Thinks about himself, goes for it. And it's pushed away by the goalkeeper. Vicario, who again has to make a really important save. Terrific stuff there by the Spurs number one. It was a little bit close to it, but it had plenty of power from Luke Shaw. He's done well again, just to palm the ball over the goal. And there's another Manchester United corner kick. Ryan Bluma preparing to take it. This is their fifth of the game. Spurs haven't had a corner at all in this match. An hour has been played at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Spurs 0. Corner comes in. I think two Manchester United players getting each other's way. Maguire goes down. He's furious. They have the ball again by Dallo. He looks about out of your shot. Shaw comes in again. It's saved by Vicario. Palmed away. There's all the way wide to Burma, who tries to put a cross in. Cleared though by Sousa. There's Dallo. Really good effort from the right back Dallo. A terrific save again by Vicario. Just keeping Spurs in it for now. There's Dallo. Good wide to Diallo. Dallo again. Forward to, I think it was Fernandez who just called there. Manchester United with a free kick. It does look like Van de Ven had just caught the mid-rib ball player in Maguire. Maguire really did fall like a sack of potatoes for no reason in the box. Is a good save there by Vicario. The United have the chance to cause the Spurs defence a little bit of trouble with this free kick. Fernandez, of course, is over it. What can United do from this free kick? It will be Fernandez. Spurs line up on the edge of their penalty box. Martinez is forward. Maguire is forward. Cross comes in towards the back, towards Maguire's. Casemiro against the header. Let it get by Dragonship. Shaw comes in from Shaw. United want a penalty. They feel there was a hard ball there. Yeah, well, of course, have a look at it. As the ball goes back to Cedar Lammers, I think it might have been Van de Ven who might have handled the ball. I'll have a look at the replay very shortly. Martinez has the ball for Manchester United. Diego Dallo. As inside to club him. Wolves attacker comes out wide to Shaw. Shaw's strike moments to go where United call for a hard ball. Play has continued, so that makes me think that VAR are going to intervene at the moment. Comes out wide to Luke Shaw. He closed out by Gray. Comes back to Casemiro. He looks up. Challenge comes in from Palidia. Does that to Maguire. Spreads to Dallo. Gets past Simmons. Plays the ball over to the penalty box. Was a good save by Vicario. Cheeky little cross there with the left foot there from Fernandez. Lovely piece of skill. It was too near the goalkeeper Vicario in the end. Racing the skill in the end from Fernandez. He's Dragonship. Cut by Luke Shaw. That keeps it in play. That goes out for a Manchester United throw on the near side. We're in the 64th minute. Manchester United 1, Tottenham 0. Spurs out to 10 players forward in the sending off of Christian Romero. Trying to get in to see the replay of the shot from Luke Shaw. There's no way that there's a hand in there. Van de Ven's arms are tucked in right next to his body. His hands are behind his back and it's kind of hit the side of his shoulder, more or less. No way plays a handball. Conor Gallagher, foul contest, couldn't even United have another free kick. Spurs giving away a lot of free kicks in the last few minutes. Fernandes and Shaw over this free kick. There's an opportunity again to put a cross into the box. Spurs line up pretty much level with the penalty spot now. Again, the two centre-halves are forward. Maguire and Martinez. Shaw's walked away from this. It will be Fernandes. He could potentially go for a shot here. Lays it forward. It's clear by Tottenham. That was actually a really poor free kick. It's low. Zinter in the area with a host of players. It was cleared by Pap Star. And this is preparing to take this throw. He plays it into the feet of Shaw. Simmons comes in, gets a touch, and it comes out of play. A shot on the half throw. And tosses it back to his to that. Sandro Martinez. There's Harry Maguire now for Manchester United. Dallo. Diallo now. Really good footwork to onto more central area. He gets a little bit of force from five. Van der Beek comes over, makes it a forcing challenge, and the ball ricochets out of play on the far side. Somehow Spurs are still in. To Polina. The United have it with Martinez, who spreads it out to Luke Shaw. Goes back to Martinez. Ball to Mbeumo. He's got plenty of time and space at the moment with Cameroonian. He goes to Kubimani. Just treads on the ball. Squares it to Martinez. Manchester United is sat in Tottenham's half of the field. Comes out to Shaw on the near side. He tries to play forward to Cunha. Embraces the ball. Brings the ball back. Comes towards him. Mbeumo gets a touch by Sarr. But Recaro is able to gather the ball in the 6-yard box. And again, Spurs survive the United attack. There's a lovely ball forward by Luke Shaw to Cunha. Made the right decision to try and pull it back to Mbeumo, who just couldn't find the United attacker. Robert Dragusin, the substitute, he came on following the setting up of Cristiano Ronaldo. Martinez gets the ball headed to Solanke, but the referee has given a free kick. He feels there was a foul. The Spurs take it quickly. Simmons. Polina. Spurs attackers are about to work really hard in this game. In fact, the whole Spurs team is about to work really hard. You do wonder whether Thomas Frank is going to make a change, perhaps bring Matthias Tell and Randall Colomboani sooner rather than later, just to give this attack some fresh impetus and fresh legs. We've also got Ika Suba, who play the centre of midfield if they just want some more legs in the middle here. You could also argue, though, that while they're only 1-0 down, they are still in the game. It's a loose pass by Recaro, straight to Cunha. Ball comes out to Diallo from the pass by Fernandes, and plays back to Cunha, who puts the ball into the back of the net. And I think he might be offside as well. And again, the flag goes up. That's twice now in the second half. The United have put the ball into the back of the net, but a bit offside. In fact, it's the first ball from Cunha to Fernandes. It's Fernandes who's offside. And immediately, the official on the far side raised his flag. It wasn't Cunha in offside position. It was Fernandes at the beginning of the move. Very frustrating for Manchester United, but a little bit of relief there for Recaro, because his ball out was pretty horrendous. He's nearly punished by United, but it remains only 1-0 to the home side. The longer Spurs are in the game, the more you think they might just be able to nick a goal. You do have a sense that there is one more goal in this game. Could come from either side. Good shot. That's a Mano. He's brought down by Conor Gallagher. There's a free kick while this near side runs it right in front of the assistants. Thomas Frank is just having a vigorous conversation with his assistants on what to do next. Amad Diallo has the ball on the far side. He plays it to Casemiro. It's a poor ball. Dragusin wins it back to Spurs, but his ball factor. Van der Ven is not a great one. Van der Ven has to race together ahead of Bruno Fernandes. Let's go to Xavi Simons. Really nice pass through to Sousa. He's throwing it past Amad Diallo. Just a race between the two players. There's Sousa's got a bit of speed in him. First played more towards Select. He's cut out by Martinez. He knows to have the ball again with Casemiro. Pellegrini tries to make the challenge. He's done brilliantly there. And the referee's actually giving him a yellow card for a shove. I think he won the first challenge and then there was a shove shortly afterwards. There's a great tackle to win the ball in the first occasion. That was a pretty dangerous challenge against a Cobra Maynard. Rigid lunge at the ball. He won it, but he did go through the midfielder afterwards. A little bit dangerous near the end from the former Fulham man. Of course, Stalinia joins in. There in the end, Martinez clears the ball away from Solanke. Back out to Ragic on the far side. Delamet's challenge. Simmons now has it. He's going to put a cross in. Comes over onto this near side. Gallagher and Shaw are passing for it. In fact, it's Pellegrini who goes out. Pellegrini actually collides into the stewards on the near side, and United have the ball. Pellegrini races back onto the pitch to help his side defend. Is Harry Maguire. Dallo. Martinez. First to Casemiro, hidden away by Dragushit. Made a chest the ball down. Plays it out to Shaw on the near side. Back to Maynard. He's got a little bit of room at the moment. Into the feet of Burbo. Lovely little flick to Casemiro. Tries to flick it back to Burbo, but it's too close to the goalkeeper Levens. Some of the passing between the midfield and the attack has been really nice by Manchester United this afternoon. You can clearly see that their confidence is so much higher than it was at the start of the season. And the Vet is racing forward with the ball. It's a